Hi, good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss one of the experiment of mechanical measurement and metrology. So that is calibration of LVDT. So LVDT is a short term. It means a linear variable differential transducer. So we are going to discuss about calibration of linear variable differential transducer. Okay. The following are the content we will discuss in the today's session. So as we are doing calibration of LVDT experiment, so let's first of all we have to know what is calibration, followed by LVDT. So what is the use of LVDT? Then aim of the experiment, operators required to conduct the experiment, LVDT construction, and working principle of LVDT, followed by experimental procedure, tabulation, graph, and later with the help of obtained graph, we conclude the result. So first one is what is calibration. So calibration is the process of finding whether the measuring instrument is giving proper reading or not. Okay, it is a process of checking whether the instrument is giving a proper reading or not. So in order to calibrate any measuring instrument, you should have a standard which is already known, value is already known. With the help of standard, we have to find out the error of the measuring instrument. If any sort of error is present, we have to fix by using calibration of the measuring instrument. The periodic calibration is necessary for any measuring instrument. Periodic calibration is necessary. So you have to take calibration certificate. So for if you have any measuring instrument in your usage, whether it is a shop or commercial usage or whatever, so or you are using in lab, you have to have a calibration certificate so that the value obtained by the measuring instrument is giving proper result. Okay. Next. What is LVDT? Basically, LVDT is a displacement measuring instrument. It is a device used to measure the displacement of the core. Okay, so LVDT is a mutual inductance transducer device which produces an AC voltage output proportional to the displacement of the core passing through the winding. Okay, in simple word, LVDT is a displacement measuring instrument. Okay. Next, what is the aim of the experiment? So in this experiment, we are going to measure the displacement of the core using linear variable differential transducer and hence calibrate the LVDT device so that you can assure the instrument is whether it is giving proper reading or it is having any error. If there is any error, you have to fix it later. So first you have to measure the displacement of the core and compare with standard, then you calibrate the LVDT, and if there is any error, you have to fix the error. Okay. So some of the operators required for conducting the experiment. Here we listed the operators required. LVDT device you have to have, then micrometer, then digital displacement indicator. Okay. So micrometer is used as a standard. So as I told you, LVDT is a displacement measuring equipment. So micrometer, with the use of micrometer, we give proper displacement, known value of displacement. We check that in LVDT device. If the input displacement from the micrometer is same with LVDT device, that means it is giving proper result. For cross checking that, micrometer is used as a standard in this experiment. Digital displacement indicator is used in order to get the reading of whatever LVDT gives the output signal. From that output signal, with the help of digital displacement indicator, you can note down the indicated displacement or LVDT displacement reading. Micrometer reading gives the actual displacement. So next we discuss about LVDT construction. So basically LVDT is a a cylindrical tube. Okay, so inside the tube hollow space will be there. You see, inside the tube hollow space will be there. In hollow space a core is mounted. This core can easily flow on either side. Okay, it can be easily move on either side of the uh, tube. Okay, so it is free to move on either side of the tube, providing, so if you apply some force it will move forward or backward direction. So in the tube at the center where it is winded by a AC coil. AC coil is winded at the center. Okay, on either side of the AC primary coil is winded at the center. At either side of the AC primary coil, a secondary coil will be winded on either side. So by giving a equal distance, so you are winded, we are going to wind secondary coil. Okay, so in this setup, it is having a core at the center. It can freely move. If you apply force, it can freely move on either side of the null position. A primary AC winding will be there at the center. On either side of the primary winding, a secondary winding will be provided. Okay, so let's discuss about the working principle of LVDT. So here it is show the cross section of LVDT equipment. Here you see at the center in the hollow space, core is mounted. It can freely free to move on either side of the center position. If you apply force, here you see the external part will be there. With the help of this part, we can move the core inside in the forward direction as well as backward direction. So at the center, primary coil is winded at the center. It is a primary AC coil. Okay. For that primary AC coil, an input voltage will be provided. We are going to provide input voltage to the primary coil. Input AC voltage will provide. As you supply the input AC voltage, what happens? Current will flow in the primary coil. Corresponding to that, as the current will flow, magnetic field will be generated surrounding the primary coil. Magnetic field will be generated in surrounding with the primary coil. This magnetic field induce EMF in the secondary coil. Okay, because of mutual inductance, the magnetic field surrounded on the primary coil induce EMF in the secondary coil because of mutual inductance. Because secondary coil is present on either side of the primary coil. On either side of the primary coil, due to mutual inductance, EMF is induced. That is, voltage is generated. So this secondary coil in turn is connected to the output voltage. If you take the difference between the voltage in the coil 1, secondary coil 1 and secondary coil 2, that will give the output uh, signal, output current. Okay, so suppose if the core is in null position, if it is in null position, as the magnetic field surrounding on the primary coil, so because core is in null position, same amount of EMF is generated in the coil 1 as well as coil 2. That means voltage V1 is equal to V2. Voltage present in the coil 1 is equal to voltage present in coil 2. If you take the difference in voltage, the output will be 0. If it is 0, it will give the signal to the digital display indicator. So if voltage difference is 0 means the displacement of the core will be 0. So it will give 0 reading. Okay. If you move this core with the help of force, if you move the core inside, it will move towards the forward direction. In the forward direction, it will move. If it is moved towards the forward direction, magnetic field will be oriented towards the coil 2. As magnetic field oriented towards the coil 2, more EMF is generated in the coil 2, secondary coil 2. So V2 value will be more compared to V1 because magnetic field is oriented towards the coil 2. More EMF is generated. So VT will be more than V1. So due to that, if you take the difference between V1 and V2, it will give negative displacement reading that will show in the digital displacement indicator. Okay. If you take the core backward with the help of this extended metal bar, so if you move this backward, Okay, if you push and hold, it will move inside only. It is a spring, actually spring is connected. If you leave the force, it will come backward as well. Okay, so when it is coming backward, if you take the core in the backward direction, what happens? The magnetic field is oriented towards the coil 1. Due to that, more EMF is generated at the coil 1. So V1 value will become more compared to V2. So the resultant difference will be V1 minus V2, that gives positive displacement value. So the positive displacement value will be given. This is the working principle of LVDT. If core in null position, it will give zero reading. If you move core in forward direction, because the magnetic field is oriented towards coil 2, secondary coil 2, more EMF is generated in the secondary coil 2. Due to that, it will show negative displacement. So the displacement, it is depends on external voltage, output voltage generated. So based on the how much displacement is given, corresponding to that, the output voltage will be generated. Okay, similarly if you take it backward, the more EMF is generated because magnetic field is oriented towards coil 1, more EMF is generated at coil 1, so V1 will be greater. If you take the difference, you get positive displacement reading. Okay, this is the working principle of LVDT. So as you see the conclusion, the displacement of the core is directly proportional to the induced EMF. So the displacement of core is directly proportional to the induced EMF. Based on the intensity of EMF induced, digital displacement indicator shows the reading. Suppose if you move the core more, then more voltage difference will be there. So it will give more displacement value corresponding. Whatever the movement you will give corresponding to that movement, same value will be shown on the displacement indicator. So next, we will move on to the procedure how we will conduct the experiment. Here you see in the right side we have a LVDT setup. This is LVDT. On one side you will be having LVDT tube. On the other side you will be having micrometer. In order to give known displacement value. See, you will be having micrometer tip. If you rotate the micrometer knob, the tip will be moving forward direction. It will push the extended part of the tube. So as this push, the core will move towards the inside, or the core will move towards the left side. So their EMF will be generated more, so that it will give negative displacement. So if you rotate in anti-clockwise, so the core will come in the reverse direction. This side EMF will be generated more, it will give positive displacement. Okay, so this will be connected to, first of all you have to you have to take LVDT instrument and the digital displacement instrument. You have to connect it to the main power supply. So then the LVDT sensor, then LVDT sensor should be connected to the digital indicator. So whatever the external voltage generated, okay, corresponding to that external voltage, it will show the displacement rate. Okay, so as you know, input electricity is passed to the primary coil. External voltage is generated due to EMF difference of secondary coil. So corresponding to that EMF difference of secondary coil, so displacement value show here. Okay, in conducting, while conducting the experiment, what you have to do? So here you have to rotate the tip, knob of the micrometer. As you rotate the knob of the micrometer, the tip of the micrometer here will move forward. It will push this extended part of the LVDT inside. As it pushes it inside, the core will also displace it inward or in forward direction. First, you have to give known value of displacement. Say, so initially it is at 0 position micrometer. You have to give 1 mm displacement. Okay, after giving 1 mm displacement, so this is actual displacement given through micrometer. So 1 mm displacement take place in the LVDT tube. So you have to take down what is the indicated reading on digital display. If you give 1 mm displacement, okay, actual displacement, how much the displacement is shown, you have to note. Okay, so if both the readings are same, here if you are knowing 1 mm displacement is making, here also if you get 1 mm reading, then instrument is working properly. Only with the help of one uh, trial you cannot decide whether the instrument is working properly or not. You have to go for 4 to 5 trials. So similarly, you have to give another trial. So from 0 to 1 mm, 1 mm displacement is given. Like that, from 1 mm to 2 mm, you give another displacement. Okay, and note down what is the displacement reading in digital display. So yeah, you have to do it in incremental order. Uh, not exactly, not it is a rule. You have to go for constant increment. You can also take it as randomly, but for our graph purpose and all, so we have to take it in a incremental order of constant increment. That will be good. So 1 mm actual reading, note down the indicated reading. 2 mm actual reading, note down the indicated reading. Like that, 3 mm, 4 mm, 5 mm, you give the displacement and note down the corresponding value on the digital display. So this is the conduction of experiment in forward direction. Okay. So for reverse direction, what you have to do? Here you have to rotate the micrometer knob in reverse direction. Suppose if it is in 5 mm, okay, 5 mm to 4 mm, you rotate in anti-clockwise direction. The tip will come backward because of it is connected spring. It is connected to the spring as there is no push. So what happen? It will retract back so that the core will be moving in the reverse direction. So note down the displacement reading of the core. Okay, at 5 mm, let you adjust it to 0. So as we given 5 mm from the micrometer. So in digital display there is an adjusting knob. With the help of that you adjust it to 0. In backward direction you take. Okay, take the core in backward direction with the help of micrometer. So from 5 mm to 4 mm you rotate. So take actual displacement as 1 mm and note down what is the displacement shown in the digital displacement indicator. Similarly, 4 to 3 mm, 3 to 2 mm, 2 to 1 mm, 1 to 0 mm, like that in decremental order, you take back the uh, this displacement of core in reverse direction and note down corresponding displacement value in the indicator. Okay, so like that you conduct the experiment. So whatever the result obtained, you note down here. See here you have a two tabular column, one for forward direction, moving the core towards the left of the null position. Towards the left of the null position means in forward direction, move the core by rotating the micrometer knob in clockwise direction. So micrometer reading. So this is the actual reading. S is nothing but displacement. A is suffix. SA is nothing but actual displacement in mm. This is micrometer reading. You take it as 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm, 4 mm, 5 mm because you are giving constant increment of 1 mm. So this is the actual displacement reading. Corresponding to that, whatever the LVDT reading or digital displacement reading shown by the display that you note. Not down in this column. For 1 mm how much displacement it show, for 2 mm how much displacement it show, 3 mm how much it will show, 4 mm how much displacement it will show, 5 mm how much displacement it will show. Note down all the values. Then you find out difference between indicated displacement and actual difference. It's not a subtraction. You have to take the difference in value. It is a positive value. You take all the difference in value. So then to find out percentage error, take the difference of indicated reading and actual reading divided by actual reading, actual displacement reading into 100 will give percentage. Like that you complete the tabular column for forward direction. Similarly for reverse direction, you note down the micrometer reading. So suppose you completed in forward direction, micrometer will be at 5 mm reading. So from 5 mm, again you rotate the knob, digital displacement knob, set it for 0. In reverse direction, you rotate the micrometer knob from 5 mm to 4 mm, note down 1 mm displacement, corresponding value in the display, note down. Similarly, 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, 1 to 0, like that, 1 mm, 1 mm, 1 mm, 1 mm on each row, you note down the actual displacement. Corresponding to that, whatever the value showing the display, you note down here. So similarly, how you do in forward direction, fill all these blanks. Find out the error by using displacement, indicated displacement and actual displacement value by taking the difference value and find out percentage error. Percentage error is equal to difference between indicated error and actual error divided by actual error into 100. Note down all this value. Fill the all the rows by using that formula. After that, by the result obtained in the graph, to plot the graph of LVDT reading. So LVDT reading is nothing but whatever the digital displacement reading shows the displacement value that versus core displacement. Core displacement is nothing but actual displacement. Okay. LVDT reading is nothing but indicated displacement SI. Core displacement is nothing but actual displacement SC. Plot the graph of LVDT reading and core displacement by taking LVDT reading on x-axis and core displacement on y-axis. Similarly, plot the graph of LVDT reading, that is SI, indicated reading versus percentage error, by taking indicated reading on x-axis and percentage error on y-axis. After plotting the graph, we can conclude the. Okay, we'll do the experiment in the lab and come back to fill the tabular column and plot it.
So we discuss about LVDT theory portion. So let's conduct the experiment. Okay. So here this is the LVDT setup. So here you see this is the LVDT setup having LVDT tube. This is the actual LVDT tube. Inside primary coil will be winded at the center. On either side secondary coil will be there. There is a hollow space inside. So there a core will be placed. It will free to move in either side of the center position. Okay. So here you see the micrometer is placed in order to give known displacement. Okay, so micrometer is used as a standard here in order to give known displacement. Once the displacement is given, the core will displaced here in forward direction, and whatever the displacement is given, so actual displacement is you note down in the micrometer reading, and corresponding to the displacement given, an output voltage will be produced okay, from the secondary coil that is connected to the digital displacement indicator display. So corresponding to the displacement value will be shown in the display, digital displacement. So let's start the experiment. So you have to set here you have a zero knob. From the help of zero knob you have to set the initial reading to 0. So here first we take the forward displacement reading. Okay, here you have to rotate the micrometer knob in clockwise direction. So I will give 1 mm displacement in forward direction. For giving 1 mm displacement, you have to rotate the micrometer knob 2 rotation. From 0 to 0 it will give 1 rotation. If you rotate 2 rotation, then 1 mm displacement will achieve. So 1 rotation, 2 rotation. So it will push the core of the LVDT tube through 1 mm distance. Okay, so now take actual reading 1 mm. It is in mm. SI indicate actual displacement in mm. SI indicate indicated displacement in mm. I taken 1 mm. I gave 1 mm displacement in forward direction. So note down what is the reading it shows. So it is showing 1.2 mm. Indicated reading is 1.2 mm. Similarly, I give another 1 rotation from 0 to 0 2 times. You have to give the rotation. 1 time, 2 time. In forward direction I am moving. So the core is displaced for 2 mm. So take down the reading. It is showing 2.5. For 2 mm it is showing 2.5 mm. Similarly, let's give one more mm displacement. I will rotate 2 rotation, 1 rotation, 2 rotation. Core is displaced through 1 mm again. So note down. So total displacement given is 3 mm. So what is the value? 3.7. 3.7. So fourth trial I will give another 1 mm displacement by rotating 2 times, 0 to 0 one time, 0 to 0 second time. Okay, so now total displacement I given is 4 mm. So indicated reading here is 5 mm. Okay, again I will rotate another 1 mm for fifth trial. So total displacement given will be 5 mm. So indicated reading will be 6.3. So this is in forward direction. You conduct the experiment in forward direction. Similarly, let's conduct in reverse direction. So now it is in 0 position micrometer. You will retract back the core in backward direction. Let's set it 0 first. Set the display for 0 reading. Okay, 0. Okay, now we displace the core in reverse direction. For that, anti-clockwise direction you have to rotate. So in anti-clockwise rotation direction you rotate 2 times, 0 to 0 one time, 0 to 0 second. 2 rotation if you give, so the actual displacement in backward direction is 1 mm. So here it is showing 1.2. Indicated reading is 1.2. Okay, similarly take the second trial, 0 to 0 one rotation, 0 to 0 2 rotation if you give, then it is displaced through. For 2 mm it is showing 2.4. Okay, similarly you give another one rotation, another 2 rotation for 1 mm displacement. Now down 3 mm total reading. Okay, total displacement 3 mm. Indicated reading is 3.7. Okay, similarly you rotate in anti-clockwise direction, another 2 rotation to take core back 1 mm displacement. So total displacement here is 4 mm. Okay, there it is showing 4.9. Okay, so last trial you rotate in anti-clockwise direction, another one rotation, 2 rotation to achieve 1 mm displacement in backward. Okay, total 5 mm displacement. So what is the reading? 6.2. Okay, so this is how you have to take the reading in both forward displacement, forward direction core is displaced, and you take down actual displacement through help of micrometer and indicated reading with the help of digital display. So in both forward and backward you displace the core and note down the reading. With the help of reading you can set that LVDT is not giving a proper reading actually. So if you see last reading 5 mm displacement, input 5 mm standard displacement is given, but it is showing 6.3. So there is a error in the instrument. In backward direction also if you give 5 mm displacement, it is showing 6.2 mm. So you have error in the instrument. We discuss what type of error it is there by plotting the graph. Thank you. For 5 mm it is showing 6.2. Okay, so you have to calibrate, you have to fix the error. How you can fix the error? You have say CAL knob will be there, that is calibration knob. So by rotating this screw you can fix. So when you given 5 mm displacement, exactly it has to show 5 mm. For that what you have to do? You have to rotate the knob to fix it for 5 mm. So with the help of screwdriver, so This is how we calibrated. Okay, so now for 5 mm it is showing 5 mm reading. So this is how we have to fix the error. So now we conduct one more trial. So for our study purpose, I am retracting back another 1 mm. See here total displacement is 6 mm. So here it is showing 5.9. Almost it is showing for 6 mm, it is showing 6 mm displacement only. This is how we have to find the error in the instrument. You have to fix with the help of calibration knob. See here you
In the experiment, the result what we get is taken on the tabular column. Here you see the micrometer reading noted down here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mm for every incremental value. So this is the input value, that is micrometer reading, the displacement given to standard micrometer. So corresponding digital displacement reading I note down in this column here. So you have to find out error by taking the difference between these two. The errors of the readings will be noted down here. By using the formula percentage error, you have to find out percentage error by taking the difference of indicated reading and actual reading divided by actual reading into 100. So for each reading, you will get some percentage of error. For example, in first trial, the difference will be 0.2. So you have to take 0.2. So the difference is 0.2 divided by this actual reading is 1 mm. So 0.2 divided by 1 mm into 100, it will give 20% error. Similarly, second trial, 0.5 divided by 2 into 100, it will give 25%. Like that, for all value, you have to calculate the errors. Okay, so you will get error in the range of 20 to 26 for forward motion. Similarly, I note down in backward motion by giving backward displacement to the core. So I note down the actual readings here. So here also you taken 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm, 4 mm, 5 mm in reverse direction. Corresponding digital displacement reading is noted down. Okay. So similarly, you have to calculate the error by taking the difference of indicated reading and actual reading. So I noted down the error here. Here you have to calculate percentage error. Similarly, what we did in forward displacement content. Here also you find out error. So here also error will be ranging from 20 to 24%. Okay. So after finding out this error and percentage error, so you have to plot a graph. So first I taken forward displacement graph. Here you see LVDT reading are taken on the x-axis and core displacement reading is taken on the y-axis. LVDT reading is indicated reading shown by the displacement indicator. Okay, in the display. Core displacement is whatever the displacement you giving through the micrometer, the core displacement is taken on the y-axis. For example, you see for 1 mm core displacement, it is showing 1.2 LVDT reading. Similarly, for 2 mm core displacement, it is showing 2.5. For 3 mm, the corresponding value will be 3.7. For 4 mm, it is showing 5 as per your reading taken by the experiment. For 5 mm core displacement, so the value will be 6.3. So similarly, you have to plot a graph of LVDT reading versus percentage error. So LVDT reading, as you know, first reading is 1.2 mm. The percentage of error is 20%. The second reading is 2.5 mm. Percentage of error is 25%. Third reading for 3.7 mm. Percentage error is around 23.33%. The fourth reading for 1 mm. The fourth reading will be 5 mm. For 5 mm, it is showing how much 25% error. The last reading it is 6.3 mm. So it is showing the 26% error. Like that, you have to plot a graph of the LVDT reading versus percentage of error. As you see, see the LVDT reading versus core displacement graph. So this is the actual displacement. Okay, actual displacement. This is indicated displacement. So both are having linear relation. Okay, both are having linear relation. Similarly, from the result you have to plot a graph in backward displacement 20 to 24%. After plotting the graph, so you see, we can conclude the displacement reading shown in the LVDT instrument is having an error of 20 to 25%, and it is recommended to fix the error, use it for further. After conducting the experiment, as we fix by using a calibration now, you can fix the error. So it is recommended to fix the error before going for further measurement. Okay, so this is about LVDT instrument. Okay, hope you all understand.